That's more whiskey than I wanted in there.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
With a little still reserve on top of the whiskey, right?
Give me 2 40s. I'll eat. Can I get the change? It's a $20 bill. Give me my change back.
Now I'm prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kicked it live just to start it all off and everything. We have it going.
Oh,
We'll get the podcast started in time.
Once the darkie gets into a lighted room.
Right?
Okay. So, Kevin, the question I posed to him was, when is he going to grow his facial hair out to match our luxurious goatees?
I know, right?
fuck off.
I'm liking what I got going on here. You know, there are some people who just cannot grow hair.
This guy.
It's okay. Up here, I can't grow hair.
Yeah.
This is true.
Well, that's 'cause
This is
You have
true.
a kid now, so I mean.
Just because I have a kid. Look, you see the locks on that one? Look at the locks on
dude,
him.
I don't know. Where
He
did
has
he get
enough
that
hair
hair
for
from?
both of us.
Where did he get the hair from?
I don't know.
America.
That's probably where all my hair went.
Roseland. Where did our boy get hair from?
Right.
Look at that. You got the little underbeard going, huh? I see it.
Yeah, a little under the chin. You gotta stop right there. Anything right there, that's when you become neckbeard and you just look creepy.
You kids want some candy?
Beard.
Oh my god! What's the freaking YouTube link to this?
I'm actually about to send that to you guys right now. How do I pop the chat up in this? Man, it's been forever since I used Google Plus.
Because I'm about to just put this all over like Twitter and shit.
We're gonna have to get Darnell into Twitter too. He's like, me? Twitter? No.
Nah, bro.
Actually, I prefer it. I don't have to spend days on end on Twitter. Whereas I go through Facebook and it's just like it's another story after another story after another story after another story that gets annoying. That gets super annoying.
The thing about Facebook is it turns into its own soap opera. It's kind of nice.
True enough. Yeah, but I could waste my life away on Facebook. I have a derelict child out in the hallway right now, in the living room hallway.
Hey, whoever that
Here in
chick
just a
is,
bit, we'll get this started. We'll get this.
Picture.
Which one? That one?
Nah, Andrews.
Oh, Andrew.
Nah.
Good old Reaper.
What about me?
That the girl that's in your Google Plus pic.
Oh, dude, that's from back when I used to work at Hollister, man.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm asking this purely out of ignorance because I always screw effect and effect up. Is it effect with an E or an A if I'm saying after hours is now in effect?
With an E.
With an E, that's what I thought. Because A should be, E's an adjective or is that the verb? Whatever.
E is the verb, I want to say.
The verb? Okay. That's right. And that would be the after effect.
Yeah, I have the same problem as you do with that. I always fuck it up.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it this way. Affect is like the root word of affection. So when it's spelled with an A, it's kind of like, you have that, I don't know, you effectuate it. Whereas effective is, it's something that's ongoing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing a game right now with like half my Snapchat friends.
I think no, the effect is supposed to be the aftermath of the effect. Correct?
Yeah, affect is the verb to influence something. Effect is for the thing that was influenced.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing. So I decided to play a game with half my Snapchat friends, and called "Good Idea, Bad Idea." Basically, just said, "Tell me to stop pouring whiskey," and nobody got back to me fast enough. There's a solid chance I am sleeping in tomorrow and not going to class.
Hey, that's a good day. The very first college class I took, I actually showed up to class high. Very first day in class. I will never forget. I smoked the night before. I fell asleep, woke up. Pee Wee Herman was on the TV.
Oh my God.
I don't know how or why Pee Wee Herman was on the TV, but Pee Wee Herman was on the TV. And next thing I know, I felt fine until I got to class, and then all of a sudden, crazy. All right.
I remember that time Darnell got me drunk.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Past life. Here, hold on. I got a couple more places to share this out to.
Oh, these fucking allergies are horrible. I look high as a kite.
Basic info. For whatever reason, this is named. Oh, that's right. I named it test. After hours.
Test.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. What is that from?
That's from Jurassic Park.
Yes, thank you.
He's like, when he's trying to break into the system, he's like, that motherfucker, he encrypted it.
I forgot all about that. Thank you.
Yeah. Next thing too, and we're talking Call of Duty as well. Somebody watching.
That's you, bro. It's all you.
Who? That's me?
No, I'm just joking. I mean, that's your voice.
Oh, yeah. All right, so let's get this started. Everyone, welcome back to After Hours. It's been a while. It's been a long while. And as we see, somebody's already doing drugs to the eye. It didn't take long.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So what are you drinking on? I saw you making something over there.
This right here is Jameson and ginger beer, and it's fantastic. Ugh. Hey, shut your mouth.
You had me until you said ginger beer.
Hey, shut up. Expand your horizons. It's actually really good.
Ugh. I don't have an issue with it. I actually like ginger ale and all that stuff instead of things like Sprite and everything whenever I'm making my drinks.
You won't put another
What about you,
tongue in your mouth, but you'll drink that.
What's that?
Nothing. Just quoting Breakfast Club. Being an asshole.
Right.
Just typical Jack and Coke, drink of men. Maybe way too much Jack, but we shall soon find out about 5 minutes.
What you sipping on there, Diz?
I'm actually sipping on some Coney Island root beer.
Oh, good choice. I actually like that stuff.
Shout out to Cognito. He wanted me to try one of theirs. What did I review not too long ago? I think it was the hard cherry cream ale that I tried out not too long ago. Yeah, much sweeter but smooth. Wasn't bad. I figured I like root beer. I like alcohol. Why not? Mix the two.
I like root beer.
Absolutely.
So
something else you need to try.
What's that?
Next time you make up a nice cocktail, Bruh, I had this rhubarb bitters. So good.
Yeah?
So good. Yeah. It's got a nice, of course it's a bitter, but it's got this nice to it, like you're biting into a rhubarb pie. It was pleasant.
A little bit of a sweetness with that. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Might have to get something that has cinnamon with it as well on the end of it. So, Reaper.
Yo,
why are you so quiet? Are you already drunk? This
No,
isn't how
not
After
yet.
Hours is supposed to start off with you already being intoxicated.
You didn't tell me that.
How
man.
can we
You
talk?
just told me.
How can we talk games if you're already wasted? You're supposed to get wasted and play the game at the same
You
time.
told me to make a drink. I made a drink. It's not my fault that it's strong. I can't help that.
What are you drinking on?
I told you, Jack and Coke, the drink of men.
Jack and Coke. Drink.
Drink of lazy men.
Yeah, you know what?
Right?
We'll find out how lazy I am in about 5 minutes when this actually hits me and I'm on my floor passed out somewhere. Just where'd Reaper go? I can't feel my legs.
Say, it's kind of gross. He didn't even have the audacity to clean his bed. I at least cleaned most of my countertop, except for I got some things over here. Whatever. I got a child. What can I do? Yeah. Right. So what's everybody been playing on? D, I haven't seen you on it on a bit, but when you've been on, what have you been playing, man?
You know what? The last time that I hopped on, I was playing a little bit of the new Ghost Recon game.
Have you beat it yet?
I have not.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, you guys know how my work schedule works sometimes. Kind of stay busy, but
yours is
it's a lot of fun. It is like a shooter meets Grand Theft Auto in my mind, because you can kind of run around the map, jumping cars, jumping a helicopter, exfiltrate real quick. It's actually pretty pleasant. It's a lot of fun.
Right on. Yeah, I ended up picking it to play with people. I've yet to play with anybody.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard multiplayer like terrible.
So what?
I wouldn't go as far as
say it was terrible.
What about you?
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not a big co-op guy myself. I'd rather kill the person that's in front of me. That's why I kind of like the dark zone in the Division, because I'm like, oh, he's got some nice stuff with him. Let me kill him and take his stuff. I think that's why I like Ark. I can destroy your shit. Like, you've been spending like 2-3 months on that. I'm gonna destroy your base.
Yeah, that's
why I don't like Ark. I spent 2 months building this stuff. Wait, it's gone.
Yeah,
right.
Come and play Ark. Yeah, I don't like the idea of building a base for 3 months and logging out for 20 minutes to take a shower to come back in and everything's fucking gone.
Right.
Well, that's half the fun. No, that's not. That's bullshit.
It's like the investor from fucking South Park. Yeah, everything's looking good and it's gone. Oh, it's gone.
All of it.
It's like when I played Minecraft with Kevin. It's like, Kevin, you're in my world, right? Yeah. Where are you? Don't know where I'm at. What the fuck's that supposed to mean?
I had a big habit. I would join somebody's game and I would run the fuck off. And I'd go build like my evil lair somewhere where they would not find it. And then I'd just start going blowing their shit up. And then they're like, you know what? I don't want to play with you anymore. I'm like, oh my God, I'm the epitome of a video game version of a forum troll. That's essentially what I become.
Just about to say.
The worst part about it, though, is that it's just like, why are these roses in the middle of the fucking snow? Oh, shit, Kevin's somewhere near me.
Exactly. That's what I would do. Yeah. I would take your stuff, and I would leave a rose so that you know that the Rose Bandit was around. Right?
Bruh.
Every time.
Quickly come out with just all diamond everything.
Hey, you should hide your diamonds better. What can I say? All right. So everyone, Xbox One's been out a bit. We got the Xbox Scorpio coming through. We know the specs of it thanks to a nice place called Digital Foundry, which for years it seemed like that everybody who liked Xbox fucking hated Digital Foundry. They're like, oh my God, you're telling the truth about the game. Why are you doing this? why are you putting numbers and all of this stuff up there, and you're insulting the thing I like to play, which was sad, you know. So we have at E3, we have a reveal coming up. I don't think that I'm going to enjoy this E3 as far as content of things to play, because I'm looking at what I know they have in their arsenal and what can they deliver in their arsenal. So, like, let's say they're going to go out there for an hour and a half. That's typically around the time frame that they'll go out. Maybe 2 hours. That's pushing it. So they haven't talked about the Scorpio outside the specs with Digital Foundry, so we don't know what it looks like. We don't know a price. We don't even know what, other additional things. I keep holding out, hoping that Bluetooth will become available to this so that I could use like my nice headsets to go play on the game and, talk to other people. Maybe that might be delivered there. So we know what Cuphead that they've been talking about for years. Sea of Thieves, which is in an alpha, and some of us cannot talk about that, so I'm gonna walk away from it. Crackdown 3. Is anyone even excited about Crackdown 3? I'm not trying to hate on it. I'm honestly asking. Are either of you excited about Crackdown 3?
No.
Honestly, wait. I will put a caveat on that. Okay, Crackdown to me is just like any other game of its type, where I can't wait until it's $9.99. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's when I'll pick it up. To me, is just not a super serious title, but it is fun when you need kind of like a time filler.
Right on.
People out there that absolutely love the game, but as far as being like super excited about it, bruh, it ain't $60 worth of excitement to me.
But the big pull is you could destroy almost everything in the city. Like, what is that? Does that appetize you, Reaper?
No, like destroying everything in a city is cool and all, but at the same time, I can do that in Battlefield. Like Battlefield 4.
I was just about to say that.
If I want to blow a city up, I'll go on a Battlefield 4 with a freaking law and just shoot buildings for hours. At least then I get to kill other people and be like, yeah, I'm better than you, or I have a giant rocket launcher, go fuck yourself. I'm going to kill you and that building because fuck you. Whereas Crackdown's like, single player, cool. I'm going to play about 12, 15 hours and destroy an entire city, and then the game's over, and then I have to start over from the beginning to do all over again. And it's like, that just gets boring.
I think that what my biggest fear about it is not so much of the destruction and the things that you can do with, with the rest of the world. It's the extent. It's supposed to be you could destroy everything. Okay, there's a reason why starting at Battlefield 3, DICE said, you know what, you can't destroy everything this time because both of y'all played Bad Company 2 with us. With me, you would be in the match, and within 5 minutes, all of the buildings are gone. It's flat. The trees are gone. The buildings are gone. People are hiding within the rubble and everything. Which that part was cool, but like that made sense.
That part was
this
great.
Is the whole city, and I guess the premise you're supposed to be like a police officer versus good guys. I don't know. I don't know too much of it. I played the first Crackdown and the second Crackdown whenever they gave them away with games of gold. Or I might have bought it really cheap. I don't know. I maybe played 2 or 3 matches with people. I'm not excited for Crackdown. I hate saying that, but I'm just not excited for it.
I honestly thought after Crackdown 2, with Crackdown 2, I was like, oh, cool. There's a sequel. I didn't hear anything about it, and I was like, okay, this game obviously didn't do that well. And now it's in Crackdown 3, and I was like, wait, what? Is this an April Fool's joke in the middle of September?
Whenever they first delivered it, they actually delivered it as a tech demo because they were trying to show, hey, here's the power of the cloud, and so they were trying to show off their reserve servers, and they were using the reserve servers from a distant area to process what was going on Crackdown with all of the little reticles and everything. As far as computation goes, what Crackdown 3, as far as computational power does, is amazing. I can't take that away, but I can't get excited for it. Like when there's other games similar to the genre that are like, I like open worlds, but it doesn't do it for me. Maybe when they reveal more and they fucking talk more about it, I'll change my tune about it. But right now, I'm just not excited for it. On the other scale, we do have a State of Decay 2 coming out. I played like an hour of the original State of Decay, and I was like, as soon as this hits like $10, I'll pick it up. It took until just recently, this last spring sale, that finally it was under $10. I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it, right? So I've been waiting to play through the first one. I've seen people play it. I sampled it, I guess you could say. State of Decay 2 co-op. So obviously they're going to be bringing that to the table. Does that? So I'm assuming that you're excited about it, D, right?
Honestly, you know how I prefer to game. I am a social gamer. I just like playing video games with my friends. Nice way to stay connected with everybody. So anytime you throw out that co-op option and the game looks good, I'm typically pretty interested in it. Like you said, State of Decay was it was pretty good. I remember when all of us picked up the demo and we were talking about how realistic everything kind of felt, because it was kind of like an actual survival game. But that was the one thing that everybody complained about, was the element that was missing was play. And I think when you add that element of cooperative play in there, it's going to be a lot of fun, because everybody's going to have that same objective to fucking survive. So,
right.
I'd be interested in trying it out.
Let's see, over in the chat right now, not to cut you off or anything. Let's see, what's up, Reaper? I want to give a quick shout out to everybody out here. Hey, Dad. Hey, Taka. Hey, son. How you doing? Hold on. Let me change camera. Hey, son. Hey. Right. Let's see. Everybody remembers the good Duke of Deception. State of Decay is awesome. Totally waiting for co-op with State of Decay 2. Duke, we better see your ass on the Xbox or on PC, whatever. We better see your ass. We better see your ass.
We better see you in the streets.
What about you, Reaper?
So I know nothing about State of Decay, but with the whole aspect of not horror, but like survival and co-op, have you guys seen anything, heard anything about the new Friday the 13th game that's coming out soon?
I've heard about it. Looked pretty interesting.
Dude, I watched, I want to say like 20 minutes of gameplay footage. It's a game that the three of us are all going to have to buy, and we're all going to have to get together and play it. Like, it's literally put you in Camp Crystal Lake, and you can't talk to anybody else in your group until you guys all find walkie-talkies. You have to find a walkie-talkie to communicate with your fucking... Oh my god!
If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be a little bit more like Evolve, where you have one person who is playing, the person trying to kill you, Jason in this case, and everybody else is trying to survive it and everything. There's a bunch of games out there like that now, especially in the PC market. It's saturated with this style and everything. Yeah.
From what I read up on and I saw, there is that mode where it's like 6 or 7 counselors and then one person, like, so for example, you'd be Jason trying to kill us all. But then you can also go where it's just 6 or 7 counselors and then Jason is a CPU and just appears out of nowhere and attacks you.
Exactly. Yep.
Like, it's just, oh my god, I can't wait, dude.
Yeah, but getting back on the topic about this, so we know that there are some games that they're going to talk about, and obviously it looks like it's about time for Forza 6. We'll have that coming out more than likely to show, or Forza 7. It's Forza 6. Whenever the Xbox first released, Forza 5, 2 already into it and everything. So it looks like that there's not a whole lot else to talk about for games. Whenever you come, obviously they have to talk about those titles. What else is going to come out this year? On top of what third-party deals that we'll have. I'm talking about, just the Microsoft exclusives and the third-party deals. What do you got to say about this? What do you got to say about this, D? You said wait.
Bruh, you know what game I've been waiting for since the X1
You've been waiting for that Ace Combat.
Ace Combat, brother, and it's coming.
I know you've been waiting for that.
Woo! I cannot wait. And it's supposed to hit on VR too. Bruh.
Oh yeah.
We will never see. We'll never see D again. Darno, what you doing tonight? Yeah, I call that at work. It's the third day in a row. Yeah, man, this VR's hot though, man.
So that's just the reality I'm living, right? Right.
I'm beyond thrilled.
Yeah, so
I to a Sony pony just to get my fix. So that was welcome news to me. And then of course, the other game that's coming out that honorable mention here, Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2. Yep.
I'm still on the fence about that.
Hey, they are adding a story mode, so I'm.
Yeah, I know. That's what piqued my interest. Like, yeah, Battlefront 2's coming out, story mode finally. Do I really want to invest money in that?
In the story, actually, it seems pretty good, and it's actually based on a book. So, you know, I'm pretty intrigued by it.
Yeah,
that makes me a little more interested. I'm aroused.
I mean, they're doing the right things for Battlefront 2, but so if you got a 2-hour time frame, you still got to talk about Scorpio. Which, if we learned anything from 2013, whenever they talked about the Xbox One, it's going to take at least half of the show to talk about the Xbox Scorpio or whatever is to be named. I personally wish they would just fucking keep the name Scorpio. It sounds awesome to me. It's like, oh, what's that hanging up there? Oh, it's my Scorpio, right? You know, it sounds kitschy, but unfortunately, we're not allowed to have names like Project Scorpio or Project Dolphin. That's too absurd. What else are they showing? Like, I mean, what does Microsoft have to do and show you there at E3 to say and justify if you pick up on the day one with the Scorpio, or within even just this year, or within that first, let's say 6 months? What do they have to show? What do they have to release within that time frame for you to feel justified about jumping to the next step, or half step in this case?
Darnell, I'm going to let you answer that first because I got a lot of pent-up rage on this. I want you to go first on this one.
Nah. I'm going to default to you on this.
Yeah, go ahead, Reaper.
These motherfuckers release all the specs and tell us, oh, it's 4K gaming, all this other great shit, HDR. Until you show me actual gameplay footage of a fast-paced 60 frames per second first-person shooter with environmental effect, I'm not buying shit day one. You and I talked about it off air. If you want to show me Titanfall 2 data running at native 4K and it is perfect, I will sell my left kidney to buy Scorpio day one, no questions asked.
And you can mark that. We'll timestamp that here on the video for you so you know when he has to cut his own kidney out.
10 o'clock p.m. I will get surgery the day it happens.
So, I mean, obviously it can do the 4K. It can do the 60 frames per second, especially with the older titles that have already dropped. That we can't argue against. Obviously not every title going forward is going to be 4K. It's going to be up to the developer. Do they want to do the 4K, or do they want to use the extra power to do more processing or more this or that? Maybe you can make it look better without it actually being 4K. But is there do they have to be and now we have Jade Empire 2, which Phil, or do I need to speak to Aaron about this? Jade Empire 2, please. Please. What about you? Is there anything that they?
Great, thanks.
Which one was that?
Anytime you're ready, that'd be great. Thanks.
I would absolutely love a Jade Empire 2. So,
Kingdom Hearts 3, whenever you guys are ready.
You were saying, D?
I was gonna say my thing about it is, where I'm a little excited is the fact that now an Xbox has enough computing power to where it could be feasible to do cross-platform. I mean, I know we're all waiting for that still.
But I don't think that the issue doesn't hang up with the ability between. Are you talking about cross-platform between console and PC, because that actually it already exists in some manner of respect. I don't know if I would like that, because obviously somebody with a mouse and keyboard on a first-person shooter would have a higher advantage than somebody on a controller, or even an RTS. Like, I imagine if you give somebody a mouse and a keyboard on Halo Wars 2, they would just curb stomp the shit out of anybody with a controller.
With the controller, yeah, because then you got all your hotkeys and whatnot. Yeah,
imagine
which I mean, but like things like, if I'm not mistaken, I could be completely wrong about this, but I do believe that Rocket League does have a console to PC play. I know that back in the 360 day, you had, what was it, Shadowrun? You could play PC and Xbox. That would cross over. I know that a lot of people, they want to see that. Yeah. You know, there was a few of them back then. A few still now. You even yeah, I do believe one of the Gears might have.
I think Gears 4 does have the PC to Xbox play.
Well, I do know that it's a play anywhere title, so you buy it one place, you get it the other place, whatever. Yeah. So I mean, of course, they want you to buy the Xbox version, and then you can have it on PC, but whatever. So to me, I just, after canceling Scalebound, which, for whatever reason it was canceled, but that's just, it just takes something out of the arsenal for Xbox. And what they canceled Fable Legends, which was supposed to be due out this year and everything. I actually even saw somebody earlier on Twitter was talking about delaying Sea of Thieves till 2018, which to me, I'm like, you delayed that. I don't know if I want to pick up a Scorpio on day one. I really don't. Chances are I'm still gonna do it because I'm a fucking sucker, and I want to justify a reason of putting a 4K up and swapping that out. We'll see, but I don't know. That's just mine. But E3 is a few months away. What are you excited about? Like, I know I'm really stoked to see what Rockstar is going to do with Red Dead Redemption 2. I am
You know what? I was just about to say that. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I mean, let's face it. Red Dead. Nostalgia. Okay? That's what D's feeling right now, is Red Dead nostalgia, because there's a fun spin on that game. And I mean, if they just fix some of the mechanics of it in 2, plus, how beautiful they probably are gonna make it look, I'm looking forward.
So we got two of us that we're down for Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah.
In fact, I might actually give that one a good vote for day one.
Day one? Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely do it day one. What about you, Reaper? There's got to be something that is coming out, and they're going to talk about at E3. What are they? What's on your mind, dude? Tell us.
Oh, whatever.
I know
it's vampire.
I know exactly what's coming out, but they're not going to discuss it at E3 because it's not coming out this year because they keep pushing it back. I'm just getting more and more pissed about it. I need me some Kingdom Hearts, man. I need it.
What is the pull about it? Okay, you're gonna have to explain to me. Okay, I apologize, and this comes way out left field. I might have to crack open beer number 2. I apologize. What is the allure about King? What's the allure with it? What is it with the franchise of Kingdom Hearts that is awesome?
God, well, Kingdom Hearts 1
Kingdom
came out.
Hearts, a game for people who can't play Final Fantasy.
Shots fired.
You're not entirely wrong about that, for the sole fact that half the major characters from like Final Fantasy 7 and on are in Kingdom Hearts games now. So it's kind of like, hey, we know we made an amazing game like Final Fantasy 7 and gave you Sephiroth vs. Cloud. We'll never match that again. So let's release a game with Disney characters and put Sephiroth and Cloud in it as a backstory to entice you to buy more games.
Hey,
I'm in. Fuck it.
I'm just joking. I mean, Kingdom Hearts. I'll give that to Kingdom Hearts. It is a pretty nice light RPG.
As for the allure, Kevin, it's really just go to different Disney worlds, fight alongside Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, and just fight with other Disney characters in different worlds.
You know why that actually kind of upsets me is because they got rid of Disney Infinity, and I just wanted to go collect toys because I got rid of my amiibos. Okay, so I was looking forward to this, and unfortunately, they decided at 3.0 we're gonna get rid of the fucking amiibos. That's the Disney toy chest I want to go play with. You know, I could still get down with Mickey and Darth Vader. Why? Why not? Right?
If you want them, we sell them at my job. They're all on clearance for like $3 a freaking thing. We have plenty of Darth Vader.
They're like, hey, I see you're buying oranges. How about this Disney Infinity toy to go along with it? They are doing that at stores. It's ridiculous. Like,
what's that? Here's a Mickey Mouse.
Right. Here's a Goofy for your Trojans. Okay, well, thanks. Is this some kind of premonition? Whatever, you know. But I digress. I digress. How is it that Disney could keep their shit in stock but Nintendo can't? Somebody explain that to me.
You know, I don't want to say that Nintendo can't keep their stuff in stock. My conspiracy theory, as me being the gamer I am, is that they made exorbitant amount of, for example, Nintendo Switches and the NES Classic. They made a crap ton of them, but they only release a certain amount at a time so that they can stay on top of the competition. Like, oh hey, we made 2 million Nintendo Switches. We're gonna send out 500 right now, so that we can have like our sale quota for the month. Send out 500 next month, and just keep doing that and keep producing at the same time. So it's like we're gonna stay on top of the market here. And we're gonna make you want them so bad that you're gonna go out and spend $300 every time your store gets 10. They're just trying to control the supply and demand chain. It's a conspiracy theory, but that's honestly what I think. Nintendo, y'all are smart.
There's plenty of conspiracy theories to go around.
Yeah.
Right. Where's the magic bullet, Nintendo? Where's the magic bullet? Bastards. We're probably gonna get flagged for that. It's like, your video is too bad here on YouTube.
I'm probably gonna get slapped by one of our folks watching this, but the new Mario concept that Nintendo's working on. What's going on with that?
What do you mean?
There's supposedly a new Mario game that's coming out. It kind of looks like Mario meets Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, wait, what? I know there's a new Mario Kart coming out.
From what I understand, and we'll probably have to hit up like Gaming Addict or Lord Cognito about these. It's just another Mario. It looks like to be another open world one, kind of like Sunshine or Mario 64. It just takes you to different places, different parts of the world. It's actually supposed to be based in the world. There's a level where you're actually in New York City, and that's probably what. Yeah, I'm assuming it's New York City. I could be wrong, but it looks like you're running around the city, which is weird because right. He's running around, and Mario looks like Mario, and then there's like people got creeped out because the other people look like regular rendered people, like more realistic looking. So you have this goofy looking fucker running around jumping on your car and shit. I'd be creeped out too if I saw somebody, right?
And it's like this man's on Mario, about to get your ass whooped. Get off my beam.
Look, motherfucker, I can still carry iron bullets for you.
Right? So
it's an 84 Honda. How dare you?
Flag number 2, right? So I say Red Dead. Lieutenant Colonel D says Red Dead. And Reaper says Kingdom Hearts 3, which they're probably going to talk about and be like, oh, we're working on it. You know, you'll never see it. It's like y'all give me such a hard time with Ark saying, oh, they're never going to release. But come on.
No. My argument with Ark, and I'll say this until the game actually comes out, they are so much better off just not even bother releasing the game. Because you've been playing it for like, what? You've been playing it for what, a year now?
Over a year.
So it's been in its trial phase for over a year now, and how much content has been put out and updated for you guys in this time frame?
A whole lot.
At this point in time, they might be like, look, we're not releasing a finished product. We're gonna have you play, and we're just gonna keep updating it as you guys go to make sure that you guys have fun.
But that also it kicks back to the whole back in the day you would subscribe to something like that, which would be called an MMO that pays the developers to continue to develop things on a continuous basis. Whereas people right now, because they keep releasing it out in little phases, we're probably going to see like a Arc Light on the Nintendo Switch, which would be crazy to think about. But I digress. It's a whole nother backstory. So Red Dead, Kingdom Hearts 3. Nobody said Destiny 2. Nobody. You look like you got something on your mind.
At Destiny.
What are you mad at Destiny for right now?
Yeah, D. What you got? Destiny? What's wrong with you and Destiny, man?
The same reason why you're upset with Destiny, sir. So I'm just gonna go ahead and speak for everyone. I can't port over my character? The fuck.
But
really?
Didn't you see?
Not why I'm mad about it.
Didn't you see Cade 6? He went in to go get drunk. Cheers, Cade. And he said that our shit got blown up and his stuff got taken, and he wants us to go out and avenge his stuff.
That's why I'm not mad about this whole porting characters everything, because everything got destroyed. Great. Again, Dizzy mentioned this back when the Cabal were first discovered, that he wants to see them have their own freaking story arc where they just destroy everything and, all hell breaks loose. Finally happened. All hell broke loose. All my shit's been destroyed. I'm going to get it back. I like that idea. However, fuck Destiny 2. I'm going on record right now. Timestamp that. Fuck Destiny 2. Now, in a complete and total contradictory way...
We're going to have a lot of flags.
Yeah. Fuck you, Destiny. Fuck you, Bungie. Piece of shit. Anyways, I digress.
Before we go any further, I must say this is not a kid-friendly podcast. So if you were under 18, please leave. Hit that X up in the corner. It's not a monetized podcast, but we're to continue.
I'm being pretty civil right now.
Hey, in all fairness, it can't be kid-friendly because we were sitting here fucking drinking. So,
they don't know that.
Hey, kids, don't drink.
Idea. Don't do drugs, kids. Here's a beer, right?
Drugs are bad, okay?
So what does? So we know that there's a few of us in here. I've not shied away from my feelings about Destiny 2. What needs to happen with Destiny 2? Like, I feel that Destiny 2 needs to be more MMO-like. Like, right now, Destiny 1 is, I feel like it's in limbo. It's got one foot in one world and another foot in another. It wants to be an MMO, but it also wants to be a instance, hey, I'm going to join your friend, like kind of like Borderlands, where you see a buddy's online and you could join their world. Everything gets a bit stronger. It seems like it's right down the middle. Like, you have your social spaces where you see other people, and then you have your cutoff areas. I think that they just need to open it up. I felt like your missions probably could be better is if you stop making us load into a patrol area separate from where these missions are at, and open the patrol area and let us go to the mission. I feel like that might be a little bit better because it cuts down your loading. I don't know why they have to separate it, because they can separate those instances in the patrols. I think that there's probably a capability where you can instance off where a mission starts and a mission ends, because that gives you the ability that, let's say you and some rando warlock or hunter or titan, what may be it, you guys go to the same area together and you guys could do a mission together, or maybe it gives you an option. I think Division does a really good where you could go up and you want to do hard, medium, or something like that, right? But maybe say, do you want to do this with people or do you want to do it solo? I personally, I think that could work, But I feel like that it has to be bigger and fill bigger and fill in and give us a bulkier story. Obviously, that better be happening. You know. Go ahead, Reaper.
The game you just described, minus the bulkier story. Remember Defiance?
Yes.
I was thinking about that.
That game was nothing but like, hey, we're gonna plop you right in the middle of this map, entirely open world. Have fun.
But here's the difference, and and I don't want to hate. I believe it was Tryon that made it, because like what they also did a few others. Some publishers, some developers are a little bit better and more experienced and look at a finer detail than other developers. Then again, Defiance was also supposed to be what they show. So they have to work with the parameters of a show, and they can't be as particular because this has to happen by X episode, like the X episode and everything. So I kind of give Defiance a bit of a pass with that. But I digress. What does Destiny 2 have to do to win you back, Reaper? You tell me. What does Destiny 2 have to do to win you back?
It's gonna. I don't know. I honestly don't know, man. I already told you guys
because
if you
got the ball.
If you Inferno pick it up day one, I will go out and buy it day one to play with you guys. I cannot handle the repetitiveness. Yeah, that's right, D. You heard me correctly. I cannot handle the repetitiveness of that game. The soft level cap of right now when I bought Rise of Iron, like, hey, you're level 40 with 400 light. You're pretty much done. There's nothing else you can do anymore.
Done.
It's like if you want to add more endgame content, like the raids are fun. If you want to add more endgame content that actually makes it worth continuing past that raid, I'd be okay with that. But don't sit here and tell me, oh yeah, it's a hard light level at this cutoff. You can do the raid X. You can do as much what you want to. You could get to the point where you can run it solo. But multiplayer is the same bullshit as Call of Duty, where it's you get people who only use one certain weapon, and then go cry to freaking Bungie. Oh, the shotguns are broken, or the handguns are broken, hand cans are broken. They release a patch. Well, these guns were nerfed, so we're gonna increase these ones instead. And then a month later, well, these guns are too OP now too. We're okay. Well, we'll nerf that gun and we'll make these ones better. It's like, how about you just set out a stat line for all the fucking guns and you leave them as they are? And if you want to bitch and moan about how overpowered they are, they learn to use them themselves. Like, you want to tell me that
I think
you want to tell me that pulse
rifles to play broken games.
Yeah, I love it.
I think he likes to play broken games.
Yeah, I love it about it.
No, I mean, to me, balancing isn't an issue. Right? I don't think that's ever been an issue with, especially with a Bungie game, because I feel like the Bungie's always been really good whenever it comes to balancing, and they probably put out some of the most fluid shooters that you see on the market. Like when Destiny first came out, I personally thought it was the most fluid first-person shooter on the market. It just sucked overall as a game. After I realized that it was, only
I could agree with that.
So deep.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
What about you, D? What does Bungie have to do with Destiny 2 to win you back over?
Have a better story.
The story, for one, because I was a little disappointed with Destiny Vanilla, anyways. Because it was the first game that I actually stayed in line, played overnight, and still went to work the next day. So I had high expectations for the game.
We all did.
And you guys remember Vanilla? It was literally, oh wow, and we finished everything, and then it was just grind. Run the same things over and over. Hope to God that you got a legendary.
run the raid.
Yeah, you run the raid, get your ass kicked in the raid, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like, Rise of Iron was fantastic. I really enjoyed these last two updates that we get with the game.
Taken King was probably the best.
Oh, hands down. I would agree.
Of the 4 DLCs, I would say Taken King was the best. Dark Bullet Crota was such an easy raid. House of Wolves really only gave us Trials of Osiris, which, unless you're me, during the first year of the game, or like the other kid who has no life and like jacks off to a sock every night, you didn't really do Trials. And then Taken King, I bought Taken King and Rise of Iron recently because I told Kevin and Frodo I would if it got to a certain price point, and I kicked myself in the ass because the Taken King had so much freaking content that it was well worth the $40 price point, and I actually got mad at myself for not pulling the trigger when it first came out, because that content was fucking amazing.
It was good.
So much shit to do, a difficult raid. So much stuff to do.
Yeah. But what,
and then Rise of Iron was like, 3 missions, you're done. What?
Yeah, go ahead, D. Go ahead. We keep cutting you off.
Ultimately, for me to go back to the Destiny 2 train, they're gonna have to prove to me that its story is gonna be better developed when it launches, and if not, I'm not going to buy it day one.
And what sucks is because it has such a deep lore, and I actually I subscribed to a recent channel that it goes to all the Grimoire cards and tells the story of Destiny through the Grimoire cards, and I get more information from this YouTube channel that goes to an external site from the game to tell more about what's going on in Destiny. Which way you gotta go to figure out what the fuck's going on in Destiny, right? So we're saying a more MMO-like experience, right? A better developed story, and Reaper doesn't want them to fuck with the guns.
Oh no, it's not that. I appreciate the community outreach. I appreciate the community interaction. They actually take the time to read what people say and everything else like that. But don't try to please everybody with the multiplayer. Just set it how you want it to be set.
So are you saying you don't want the multiplayer and the single player experiences to bounce off of each, to affect each other? Is that correct?
No. So, again, I guess the biggest complaint with the game, it'll all be solved if they actually just give you a better single player overall point to playing. Like, if you can give us a more in-depth story with more end-game content and more actual content in general to go with to play single player missions like that, it'd be a much better game. But because it's so shallow and so short, you rely heavily on the multiplayer aspect of it and the Crucible, and it's just so washed out with everybody complaining about how this is broken or that's broken and this needs to be fixed and that needs to be fixed, and it's
right, okay, I follow. So you don't want it to rely too much on competitive multiplayer to have a better experience, but you also don't want the single player experience to be so shallow that you feel like you have to go play the multiplayer experience in order to do something new and fresh. I got you. Right. I think that probably one of my biggest things, and going back to what you were saying with Defiance, holy Lord. Anyways.
This is not safe for work. NSFW 18 plus only.
18 and older, please. 18 and older, please. I would say.
Oh wow!
The thing I liked about Defiance is that the open world events, the random events, were random.
Yes.
The thing with Destiny that blows my mind is it says, come join one of these random events that happen to happen on a given time frame through the hour. That's not random, Bungie. I don't know if you know the definition of random, but that's not random. Have the fucking battle tank drop wherever it needs to at a random time, be it once an hour or once a day or once a week. And of course, the more scarce it is, it should be, better rewards out of it. Of course, maybe more difficult, create more people. Because honestly, I think that's what I really liked about Defiance the most, is because random events were random. They could happen anywhere. And you could have up to 60 people or how many ever people would be doing this random event at one time and everything. And of course, with a game with such a high graphic fidelity as Destiny, it'll be lower scaled than that, but make it random. Don't make it a time schedule. Like, I'm showing up to my job. Time to go kick ass on the Cosmodrome. Right?
Just getting your freaking Challenger, drive around for half an hour.
I drove through Defiance a month ago.
Oh, yeah?
How was
it?
Yeah. Man,
do people still play that? Oh.
Wow.
Whatever.
He's such an asshole. We're talking about the game
and
shit. Oh, hey, dog.
Well, I mean, that's where Defiance is based out of, is Defiance, Missouri, so...
I thought it was St. Louis.
Defiance is right outside of St. Louis.
Oh, I didn't know that was an actual place.
Yes. Yes. But anyways, I digress. Sorry.
So one last argument I have about Destiny, and gonna get another flag here, Kevin. I apologize. Fuck you, Bungie. You guys are assholes.
It's two flags, bro.
Yeah, okay, sorry, whatever. There was a time, so Kevin understands my thoughts on Xur because he and I share similar thoughts on Xur and how it should just be like a randomized thing. Yeah, it should be like a lottery thing. There was a time when he was supposed to sell the Gallarhorn like 3 weeks before, like about a month or two before Taken King came out. Bungie caught the code of him randomly selling the Gallarhorn, went in the night before Xur showed up on a Friday, rewrote the code, he wasn't selling a weapon at all that week, and then put it back in like nothing ever happened.
No!
Yeah, so the whole
that confirmed?
They're not going to confirm that, but I mean, if RNGesus has like different guns every week, and then randomly he doesn't have a gun at all or an armor piece, it's like, what was he supposed to sell here? And then, of course, somebody on Reddit's like, hey, just found out he was selling the Gallarhorn this week. And, yeah, they rewrote the code, so he's not selling it anymore. And then 2 weeks later, Gallarhorn's out.
You know what's better than that? You know what's better than Destiny 2?
What's better than Destiny 2?
Let's talk World War 2.
Oh! World War
Call of Duty, baby!
We're
going back to the original.
Did y'all happen to catch the trailer today? The worldwide reveal of the trailer?
I have not.
I have been going nonstop today. Haven't had a chance to check out the trailer. But as soon as we're done here, I'm going to go check that out.
Shame. I will probably try to play it for the audience that aren't watching it live. Thank you for the individuals who are still with us live. It is appreciated. It looks interesting. I personally thought it looked like Band of Brothers, the game.
Yep.
It is what it is. It's World War II. It's where people wanted to go. I am going to say Battlefield 1 probably caused this to happen more sooner than what they wanted to, even though we've been asking for a World War II game for quite some time. I mean, there's been some with Sniper Elite or Sniper, whatever it is. I think that those are World War II based, but it's not It's not the competitive Call of Duty that people like. I think that the last game for Call of Duty that I personally enjoyed playing a lot of time and spending a lot of time on was World of War, which was
World of War. Yep.
Was the last one, right? So, are you guys excited? Is World War II enough to get you to come back to the series without anything else that we know about the game right now? Is World War II enough to get you to come back to the series?
You know, that one's a tough one because, you know, could just be me, but I think that how Battlefield 1 was, I think they're going to release a World War II game. That's just me. And if that were to happen, bruh, Battlefield all day.
Yeah.
And Reaper, what about you? Is World War II enough for you to go back to Call of Duty?
With it being just another Call of Duty World War II game, I'm more than likely going to pick it up and give it a shot.
Yeah.
Battlefield 1, like going back to World War 1 and fighting with like ancient guns that was literally like damn near impossible to use was so much fun that I'm willing to give Call of Duty another shot for more ancient guns that were so hard to use. Like, you want to throw me in the middle of the battlefield and give me a Thompson? Oh my god, I'm there. I will have zero problem jumping in there with the freaking Thompson.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean,
you know, I'm a history buff, so I like the direction they're going. I'm more likely to pick up this Call of Duty than the previous Call of Duties because of World War II, and I love the history behind it. So, yeah, I think, you know, take my hats to Activision for finally telling them, like, hey, get this done. And Sledgehammer Games is the first one to do it, actually. So,
I look forward to it. I'm going to watch that trailer once we conclude doing this as well.
If they go back to, I would be inclined to pick it up.
Which one?
Like where?
If they go back to
Call
what?
of Duty. Their roots. You remember the first couple of Call of Duty? Yeah. Where, you know, they gave you a story and you followed the story of that soldier, and that was the Call of Duty that I liked. And then it went off into this tangent. You know, the first Modern Warfare wasn't that bad, but then that was it. And then it was like Call of Duty Future. You know,
right? Jetpacks.
It just got out of hand to me. But again, you know,
I wasn't. Titanfall.
Yeah, Call of Duty Titanfall.
Call of Titanfall.
But you know, if they go back to how the game originally played, you know, just in today's standards, I think it's going to be a pretty solid game. I wouldn't rate it a day one for me, but I would probably pick it up soon after launch.
Right on. You know, but they say it's World War II, but they never rolled out jetpacks.
Robo Hitler.
Right? Hey,
you give me Robo Hitler, I'm playing day one.
Right, so but it looks like it's getting about that time. They're about to make us clean up all the beer and the liquor and everything, and you know, we're feeling warm as is, right? So
it's closing time.
Closing time. We're not singers, okay? So don't come here watching the podcast expecting us to sing, because it's not.
So I shouldn't start cranking out some Alanis Morissette. All right.
Keep that Canadian stuff to yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck you, buddy.
I love Canada. I'm not your buddy, guy. Anyway, so Reaper, how can people get a hold of Reaper if they wanted to say, hey, I disagree with you about Destiny?
If they want to argue about Destiny, I direct them to my email. It is I don't give a shit at hotmail.com. I'm just kidding, obviously. If you want to get in contact with me, my Twitter handle is Ellison5 and then the number 5. Or you can just search Reaper. I'm probably gonna be one of the 2,000 that pop up. Look for a black and white photo. Do the drink in his hand, a bunch of arrows. Very similar to how I am right now, drinking my hand. Well, drink was in my hand. Minus the arrows. Usually pretty interactive on there. So, I mean, like I said, if you guys want to toss me a follow, I'll throw one back.
And you do sports on there, too. You do a lot of hockey. I see that.
It is the Stanley Cup playoffs right now. I have them on right now. Nashville is whooping up on St. Louis, and I am not upset about that.
Nice. What about you, D? Is there any way the individuals contact you? Or do they just send hate mail to your messages on Xbox Live?
I don't get the hate mail. You want to get a hold of me? Unfortunately, I don't tweet. I hardly do the Facebooks. So if you got a comment, concern, or you just want to send some hate mail, some love mail, or want to troll me, I suggest getting a hold of Diz or getting a hold of Reaper. They know how to get a hold of me, and
so essentially
he's saying hunt you down.
He's saying comment down below so that later on he can read it, and while he's drinking, make bad decisions. Is that correct?
Meh. Yes. Please leave us a comment.
Right on.
Tweet to me or Dizzy, and we'll be sure to screenshot and forward it to him. And he will show up at your house roughly 30 hours after that and tell you to run.
Yeah, we still on the air?
Yeah, we're still on the air.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Hey, easy there.
Right. And of course, you can find me. You can find me at iDizzy81 on Twitter. You can hit me up on the Xbox Live as well. We do appreciate everybody stopping in. Make sure on Mondays or Tuesdays you tune into the Iron Lord podcast. They film it over the weekend. So if you're not tuning in then, tune in for the repeat. Make sure you guys check them out. And I'm pretty sure they're going to be very pissed off when they see how bad we were saying bad things about Destiny 2. They love their Destiny over there. I digress. Make sure you check them out. Follow them at Iron Lord Podcast. Iron Lord's Podcast on Twitter. Of course, at PBG_network for the Playback Gaming Network. Of course, you can only find After Hours at the Playback Gaming Network. What are y'all laughing at? Are you? I see too much. Too much.
Just smiling, man. This is the on-camera personality going.
After alcohol is flowing,
tear me apart.
And
we thank y'all.
Pretty tipsy right now.
Just a little bit, yeah.
See, it's just going to get even worse after this. So make sure you tune in to the next episode. We'll keep you posted on the Twitterverse. Make sure you follow us there. Thank y'all.
After Hours. After Dark.